Hi everyone, welcome back to Safe Space. Today I will be doing an episode that's a little bit different. I don't know what to name it yet because it just was inspired by me journaling tonight. And I was just reflecting on a bunch of different things in my life, and I was like, this is just raw emotion. Why not just channel it in a video, right? And then I ended up setting up the camera, the lights and everything, and made myself a cup of tea because why not, right? And I just decided I'm just going to do this on my bedroom floor. And I think one of the other episodes that I did was also on the floor because I just feel like it helps you channel raw emotion better than doing this so formally. I literally just was in bed and I was thinking, okay, like I'm just gonna put on this cardigan and t-shirt to make it look a little bit more presentable. I don't have makeup on or anything, so I'm just gonna kind of roll with it at this point. But as I said, don't really know what I'm going to be naming this episode, but I do want to start off with talking about just honestly being so tired of relationships, friendships, dating situations, call it situationships, whatever you want, that just start off with people promising certain things, people saying that they're going to do something, or they're going to, meet up with you, or they're going to see you this date or whatever it is, and then that day comes, either you never hear from them, you never see, like you never get any reply or any response from them or just a follow-up even. And I just feel so fed up, if that makes sense, with people promising things, people saying that they're going to do something and then just deciding that they have other better plans, or deciding that that they just don't feel like going out. So rather than being honest and being truthful, they will further the problem by lying to you, by saying that either they got sick or something else came up. And I'm not saying for the people, I'm not saying this for people that genuinely do this, but when it becomes a pattern that you see in someone, at some point it's not necessarily you not being lenient or you not being understanding anymore. It's like every time you have some plans with someone, all of a sudden they got sick, and it happens every single time, or all of a sudden now they are not available or something came up. And I am just honestly, truly so fed up with people not being honest, not being accountable for their actions, and honestly for being taken for granted. I feel that maybe I may not be perfect. I do try my best with a lot of things, and I do put a lot of effort into my friendships, relationships, everything. And are there times where I don't take other people or I take other people for granted 100%. And I will realize this, and and it will hurt me. It will truly break my heart to realize that I also hurt someone else, or in the process of someone showing me attention and love, affection, whatever it is, genuinely showing that to me, that I, for some reason, did not reciprocate at the time. And I look back on it, regardless of if that person was right for me or not, it will truly break my heart to think that I took this person for granted, I took their efforts for granted, I should have communicated better, I should have done this. I will have those moments where I should have done this, blah, 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 whatever it is, right? And it comes to a point where I reflect and I realize, it happened the way it did, and I forgive myself. But there is just the problem that I just can't move past these things once it starts becoming a pattern with people. And a lot of times the thing that these people do is they will do it once, and just being the person that I am, I'll be like, oh, no worries, you know? I understand you might be sick or you might have something came up. I will understand the first time. Maybe I'll even understand the second time if you're like a good friend of mine. And if you're actually being honest. And I'm like, if I think you're being honest. But if it becomes a pattern, I don't have the patience anymore. I don't have the capacity to hold space for the people that are not showing me that effort in my life. I don't have the I don't have the patience. I just don't have the understanding. I don't have the energy to, like, reserved aside for these people to just come in and out of my life whenever they want. For them to just act however they want and think that Buse is going to be okay with it. That Buse is, understanding and she's a good person or whatever you want to call it. I may be a good person, I'm kind, but I'm not going to sit here and take anybody's bullshit. I am so freaking tired of understanding people, being patient with people. I'm at a point in my life where I would rather have no one than have half-assed people in my life. And I think this is probably the most real episode that I've ever done on this channel, because I was always filtering myself. I was always wondering, like, am I coming off the right way, or is this going to be taken the right way, or are people going to misunderstand me? I'm at a point where even if someone watches this video and says, "Oh, is she talking about me?" You know what? Maybe I am. At this point, I don't care. And I don't want to filter myself anymore. If I don't care about hurting people's feelings anymore, and this is great on the topic of the last video that I did, how being too nice can be negative. I think, like, I've developed so much throughout this past year to the point where I'm looking back. There are things that I would still like to work on and improve in myself and in my relationships with other people, but at the same time, there's just another part of me that this is just how I am. And that might sound negative in a way too, but like I said, this video is not supposed to be filtered. This video is not supposed to be nice and sounds nice. It sounds like rainbows and butterflies and like I'm always happy and I'm always this and that. I'm at the point where, like, I'm at my wit's end, if that makes sense. I have my boundaries. I have my standards. I'm no longer trying to accommodate to other people or to accommodate to people that are not doing the same thing for me, or being understanding for the shortcomings that they have. Look, if someone's being genuine, I know. If someone's not being genuine, I know. And I'm gonna trust my intuition more from now on. And honestly, like, take it however it resonates, but like, this message, maybe other people can relate to. Maybe other people feel the same way about their friendships. And sometimes we go through these stages, like I go through these stages every few years where I will lose a bunch of friends or like cut contact with a bunch of friends. And sometimes it's okay to not move forward and not have certain friends for forever in your life. And sometimes it's not meant to be, because some people are just in your life for a season. Some people are just there to teach you a lesson, right? Some people are just there for convenience, because it's convenient to be friends with them. And as harsh as this sounds, like, I think I've been this person for other people. I've been a convenient friend because I was just working with them, or I was just in school with them, whatever it was. And at other times, I've been a friend who was there to teach them a lesson. Maybe I hurt someone's feelings, but it happened to me too, and it still does. And just because you get to a certain age or you get to a different stage in your life doesn't mean these things stop. You constantly are learning and sometimes relearning these lessons. And as much as it hurts, as much as it frustrates you, the emotions that you feel or the things that you feel around these situations are indicators for you. It's like signals, right? That's how I feel with my own feelings. It's supposed to be like a signal for you to take action, either set a boundary or stand up for yourself, whatever it is. Like, you're supposed to either like move away from this person or just focus more on yourself, whatever the reason behind it, it doesn't matter. But our frustration and anger is usually an indicator of a boundary being crossed, or you not, like, I guess I want to say, like, you being taken for granted, because the reason I did this video is because I was feeling like that. I was feeling like I was taken advantage of by a specific friend, and I am just not here for it anymore. I'm not going to tolerate it. I'm not going to give people more than one chance. If you are in my life, if you know my value, you know it. And if you're not, if you don't know my value, that's okay. I will move on. I will find better friends. And in the process, I will be enjoying my own time by myself. I don't have the patience. I don't have the understanding. I don't have the capacity to hold for people like this anymore. And honestly, if anyone else out there feels like this, I want you to know that, like, you're not alone in this. Obviously, like, I'm ranting to you guys right now, so I hope this resonates with some people. And honestly, I don't really have, like, something for you guys to take away from this. I hope it was at least somewhat relatable, and you know, you at least maybe, like, look, you know, listen to it, and, you know, at some point you felt like this, or maybe in the future you'll feel like this. And I think it's a lesson for me, and I wanted to share because I do realize, like, I call this channel a safe space for myself and for other people, right? So, you know, call it a form of therapy, call it a form of sharing and ranting, whatever you want to call it. But I hope in some way it resonates, and I'll leave it at that. And I hope that you guys find this as helpful as I did in this moment. But I will be recording more and uploading more videos, as I promised last time. So hopefully in the next coming months, you will see a lot more of these genuine sharing of feelings on my end, genuine lessons that I'm learning along the way in my life, and that you are able to share in some way, whether it's in the comments, whether it's on my, you know, directly messaging me on Instagram or any of the other platforms that I use. I would love to hear back from people, because I know I'm not the only one experiencing this. There's just no way. And I will leave you guys with that. So I will see you next time, and take care. Bye.